So this is a very dynamic, very interesting combination. The reason why I say that is because these two signs are extremely different. They almost could not be more different. These signs are from different seasons. They have different modalities. They have different elements. They have different, what else? They're on completely different parts of the zodiac. One is cardinal fire, that's Aries, and then one is mutable earth, that's Virgo. So this is going to be a difficult combination. Both signs are going to they're going to have to be very aware of the differences of, they have different communication styles. So both will have to be very compromising, very, considerate of the other one and their differences basically. The way I could see this going is, they may initially be interested in each other. Maybe it depends on the Aries, it depends on the Virgo, it depends on what other placements we're talking about. But Aries does like a chase. It likes kind of the hunt, if that makes sense. And Virgo can be a little bit standoffish at first. They can be a little bit cold, a little bit dry. So in a way, I mean, it depends on the situation. Aries could be immediately turned off by that and say, okay, this looks boring. This, where's the fun in this? Or again, depending on the situation, Aries could be interested in this and be like, okay, this person's playing hard to get. Like, they may enjoy that kind of chase or that hunt, so to speak. But once these two energies get a little bit more acquainted with one another, again, there's a huge disconnect here. I could see either of them turning off the other one. Aries is so sporadic, so out there, so impulsive, and Virgo is very calculated. Another difference is that Aries is much more like physically oriented. They're very hands-on, whereas Virgo likes to kind of just sit back and mull things over. Virgo is very analytical. So I could see these two signs driving each other absolutely crazy if they get very close to one another. Virgo is going to be completely overwhelmed and maybe irritated by Aries' recklessness from their point of view. And on the flip side, Aries may be very bored or even depressed or, irritated by Virgo's constant analysis. And also, I think Virgo just comes across kind of like a downer compared to Aries. Aries is so optimistic and it's so much more focused on, let's just do this. Let's just do something. We don't need to think about it. Let's just, let's get some spontaneity. Let's get some activity. So, comparing that to Virgo's kind of way of doing things, which is much more, I'm going to analyze everything. I think that can come across negative. It can come across like a buzzkill to Aries. Even though Virgo may not feel like they're being negative, they're just kind of analyzing everything. Although that's another point, though. It is true that Aries is probably maybe the most optimistic sign. I wouldn't say Virgo is the most negative or cynical, but it is up there, so to speak. So again, that's another area where Virgo could kind of be a drag for Aries, and Aries could be like too much for Virgo. Aries is very dramatic. Virgo doesn't like drama. What else? It is interesting, though, that both of these signs are very straightforward. Both value authenticity and both can be very direct. So that, depending on the situation, that could be a good thing or a bad thing. These signs could rub each other the wrong way with their directness. They could kind of offend each other or break each other down. But on the other hand, their directness could be an asset. They may actually really value each other's authenticity. And that's where again, it really depends on like what else is going on in each of their charts. Virgo is a mutable sign. It can look very different depending on, what else is in their chart and things like that. Virgo can be very adaptable. So depending on what else is in both of their charts, but especially the Virgo, they may be able to bridge their differences. If they can bridge their differences, this could be a very, I don't want to say steamy, but like a very, it could be very passionate. They may be intrigued by their differences. They may really admire each other because each sign has completely different things that they're good at or skilled at, if that makes sense. Virgo can admire Aries' confidence, and Aries can admire Virgo's like intellectual prowess, I guess you could say. But again, this is like only in the most ideal manifestation of this dynamic. I think more often than not, both of these signs, they just have too many differences. So I definitely encourage you to look at, all the placements that are involved in this combination. I am going to rate this combination 0 out of 5. That doesn't mean that there's absolutely nothing going for this pairing as I described, hopefully. I could see how it would be interesting for both of them, but generally speaking, they are too different. This is going to be very difficult to manage in the long run. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that analysis. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.